Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking this video. Hey, I wanted to stop by to discuss this interview that LisaRaye did with Carlos King. Did anybody watch that interview? She dropped a lot of tea in that interview. If you have not watched, you probably need to go check it out because it's so much tea. I don't even think I'm going to be able to remember it all for this review. But I'm going to say that after watching this video, I see LisaRaye in a totally different light. Like, I did not think that first of all, I thought there was no substance to Lisa. I thought Lisa just leaned into her pretty privilege. I thought she was a mean girl and a gold digger. I'm just going to be honest with you. That's what I thought about LisaRaye. I was wrong. I'm here to say I was wrong. Lisa was very open and candid in this interview about her life, her past, her present. It was a good interview. Carlos really did not have to do much work in this thing because Lisa was very chatty. She was very chatty. I really thought she was going to be real reserved because I always felt like Lisa was secretive about her life because you never heard much about her. And I believe it's because that's just how she run her life. Although, during her run, she was the it pretty girl. You never heard stories about her, sleeping with this man, sleeping with that man. And it's because Lisa run a tight ship. So much so, during this interview, I was wondering, like, does she even like men? Not, whether or not she's gay, but does she like men? Because she seems very asexual. Like, she's not attracted truly to anybody. Like, she sees relationships as a partnership, a business venture. That's what I gathered from this interview. For instance, the Turks and Caicos ex-husband, she was not in love with him when she married him, but she left her career in the US behind to go over there to be first lady. I'm like, okay, you saw the bigger picture. I get that it wasn't about love. That's not unheard of. People marry for different reasons. Okay, got it. And that does not make you a gold digger because, like she explained, she has a certain lifestyle. And if you don't meet that lifestyle, you're going to be stressed out by it because you're going to be trying to keep up with her. And that makes perfect sense to me. You should date and marry at your level or above. That is not gold digging. I think that's an old mindset we used to have back in the day, when women married men with means. She's an automatic gold digger. That train of thought has changed in today's time. I've changed with it. So yeah, she goes over there to Turk. She becomes the first lady. She did introduce the rest of the world to that island. I'm going to be honest with you. Before she married him, I had no idea about Turks. I had never heard of Turks. Now everybody is familiar with Turks and Caicos. Apparently, she was inviting her celebrity friends to give the island attention. It worked. In the process, she was also introducing her husband to her Hollywood friends, which gave him access to these women, her friends. And it sounds like some of her male friends too. Now, I don't know if the male friend thing turned sexual, especially when it comes to Dwayne Martin. And we're going to get to that story in a moment. But apparently he slept with a couple of her Hollywood friends. She named one Nicole Murphy. Her and Nicole were friends. Nicole was at her bachelorette party. Nicole is like a known backstabber when it comes to men. Y'all remember when she slept with Layla Rashawn's husband, Antoine Fuqua? I think Antoine and Layla still together. But yeah, she was seen out with Antoine Fuqua. Oh, while she was dating Michael Strahan, that is when she apparently had an affair or was sleeping with LisaRaye's husband at the time. What is Nicole up to now? I have not heard. Has she been in a public relationship since Strahan? I think the whole Antoine Fuqua thing went down after Strahan, but I haven't heard anything about her dating life since then. I wonder what old Nicole is up to because that's a slippery one there. Slippery. She is slippery. But yeah, Lisa said her mom warned her about Nicole. She told her, you're going to have to watch that one. And sure enough, that woman slept with her husband. And Lisa found out by checking the flight manifest. Nicole's name was on it. Lisa confronts Nicole, like, hey girl, what you doing on my plane? What you doing in Turks? Nicole denies it. Lisa gets proof. She finds video of her, Nicole, and the husband pulling up to the airport together, calls Nicole again. Nicole stops answering the phone because she knows she's been busted, right? Now she's with Michael Strahan. They're dating while she's out here, sneaking around with Lisa's husband. Lisa calls Michael Strahan to tell him, and even sent him video proof of them together. And apparently Michael stayed with her, but we know to this day Michael and her are not together anymore. I don't know if he even said why they broke up, but yeah, Nicole Murphy is something else. Lisa said this man slept with more than one friend, so it was someone else besides Nicole Murphy. Lisa didn't name who that person was, but I'm wondering who it is. Who else? She said she had male friends that she introduced to her husband at the time. Those male friends kind of turned their back on her for the husband because I guess he was flying them out. They were partying together. This man was out here cheating in front of Lisa's male friends. They did not tell Lisa. Lisa had to end friendships as a result. But the most curious one is Dwayne Martin. Now, we've heard stories about Dwayne and Will, right? So when his name came up, my ears perked up because I remember her talking about Dwayne way before this whole Will rumor came out. She talked about how Dwayne was one of the ones that was hanging out with her husband, going out doing all this cheating. And she had to end their friendship because he was supposed to be her friend. Well, apparently Lisa ended the friendship and told him he can't come around no more. But Dwayne didn't listen. He was coming around whenever he wanted to. As a matter of fact, he was popping up at the house when the man was not even home. He was staying in the guest house. And Lisa could not stop Dwayne from coming. Like, he was flying his ass from the US to Turks to see this man or to live on his property or to be with this. I don't know why he was coming, but it sounds like we know why he was coming. Because when Lisa said she confronted him about it, like, why you still coming around? I told you to skedaddle. We ain't friends no more. I don't need you coming around, hanging around my husband. Go on about your business. She said Dwayne made the statement, well, if it's not me, it's going to be somebody else. What does that sound like to y'all? That does not sound like a male friend. That sounds like what a woman would say to another woman who's sleeping with that woman's husband, right? That's what it sounds like to me. Lisa didn't say that, but she kind of did say that. And maybe in hindsight, now hearing what she's heard about that same rumor with Will and Dwayne, maybe she's now thinking, hey, maybe this was going on. Who knows? But you could tell, although this was an arranged marriage, you could tell that Lisa really took her job as First Lady seriously. I think she really did went in with the intent to be an upstanding wife, although she was not in love with this man yet. Because when the time came, she didn't sit around and just take all of this disrespect. She left. She left him, which is admirable. And that lets me know that she's not just a gold digger, because gold diggers would stay. And Lisa didn't stay. She did say something that really kind of got under my skin. She made the statement that she was the first Black actress that was a first lady. She said Grace Kelly was the first white one, or maybe the only one, but Lisa was the first Black one that was a first lady. And that all these ladies that he was sleeping with that were just popping up at their house, just trying to ruin their marriage. She made the statement that, why would they try to tear that down? Only we do that. Saying only Black people try to tear down, I guess, this idea of something amazing, this idea of something elite. That got under my skin because it's not just black people that do that. People cheat all the time, all races. I'm sure this man was not just sleeping with black women. I'm sure he was sleeping with white women too. So to just say that's something we do, black people, that's something we do. We tear each other down, tear down stuff. I didn't like that at all. And apparently her and Vivica Fox fell out during this time that she was going through her turmoil in her marriage. It sounded like Vivica maybe was encouraging her to stay while not really knowing the full story. I don't know. It wasn't real clear as to why her and Vivica fell out, but they, mended things and now they're still the best of buds. But yeah, it sounds like maybe Vivica was like, girl, you got a maid over there. You need to stay where you are. And Lisa kind of held that against her. She did speak briefly on the whole Will Smith Jada situation, the entanglement, the slap, all of that. I think Lisa kept it all the way 100. She's like the rest of us. Jada talked too much. This whole telling everybody about the entanglement is just too much information. She should have kept that to herself. She really didn't like the fact that Will did that. Slap Chris Rock. I think she wanted to say, if it were me, I wouldn't have done anything. This woman can handle herself, considering she out here telling folks she having entanglements and everything. But she was like, at the end of the day, we don't know what Jada going through or then went through with Will. We don't know what's going on in that house. There may be a reason why Jada's acting out in this way. Will just look squeaky clean. Us on the inside think he's squeaky clean, but we need to give Jada some grace because we don't know what the hell she's going through with Will. And then Cocktails with Queens. I did not know she quit the show. Apparently she quit it because not only were they asking her to do too much, like she said, it started off, it was one night a week, and then it turned to them having meetings and them wanting to do, they were asking more of her. And she was like, well, for this little money, I don't have time. Plus I got other stuff going on. This ain't even worth it. And on top of it, we know that there was a period where that show was only trending because Lisa said something that was politically incorrect. She had an unpopular opinion that people did not like. And she was like, she was getting backlash from that aspect. And it just wasn't worth it anymore. And she was on Queen's Court on Peacock. Now, I didn't watch that show. I may need to check it out. I don't really like those dating shows because they seem so scripted. But it is a Will Packer production. So maybe it may be worth watching. I don't know if I'm going to watch it or not. But she did that show recently. And apparently her daughter's ex-boyfriend was on this show. And they had an episode where it was revealed that her daughter, when she was with this guy, had a termination that Lisa did not know about. But Lisa was cool with it because she said she had done the same thing and didn't tell her mother either. So the interview ended with Carlos becoming a medium. Who knew Carlos was a medium? Letting her know that her mother was speaking through him to tell her that this guy she had broken up with wasn't no good for her. And that guy, apparently they had been dating for 2 years, but he didn't come to the funeral. He did not show up for her, so she let him go. Which goes back to my original thought about, does Lisa even like men? Like, has she ever truly been in love? Because you would think it would have come out in this interview if she's ever been in love. Even when Carlos asked her about the Turk's husband, if the sex was good, she gave us this long, elaborate story of when they went on their first date, and she didn't really answer the question directly. So again, I don't know if Lisa really liked me. And I'm not saying she's gay. I think she may be asexual. I think she really sees relationships as a means to an end. But at the same time, a part of me can see how Lisa's just, really old fashioned, so to speak, when it comes to dating and allowing men access to her. And we know we live in a world where these men they ain't shit. So with Lisa being no nonsense, it would make sense that she's never really been in love for real. She's never really allowed herself to be because she hasn't been exposed to a man that was really on the up and up that, you know, met her list, that checked off her boxes. So maybe she's not asexual. Maybe she's just no nonsense. She's not going to give him the time of day. She's not going to allow herself to fall in love with a man that don't check off all her boxes. So yeah, maybe that's it. Who knows? I don't know. But it was a good interview. I did get some insight into who LisaRaye really is. I think she needs to write a book because I think that lady got a lot of stories to tell. I like the way she tells stories. I like that she don't hold no punches back. She don't try to be politically correct. She's gonna say it how it is. So yeah, it was a good interview. Let me know if y'all watched it. Did y'all enjoy it as well? Did you change your mind about LisaRaye? Let me know in the comments. Thank you. I will see you in the next one. Bye.